Welcome to Unstoppable Mindset. You ready to crank things up and crush those goals? Let's do it. Ever feel like life handed you lemons, then stole your juicer? Yeah, we've all been there. But guess what? That's just life trying to test your grit, to see if you're gonna fold under pressure or rise to the challenge. And trust me, I know a thing or two about rising above. Hey there, welcome to Unstoppable Mindset, where failure isn't final, and excuses are just speed bumps. Today we're diving deep into why people fail and, more importantly, how to stop. We're gonna break down those mental barriers holding you back and unleash that inner beast mode. You in? Let's go. Alright, let's talk goals. Not those vague, I want to be successful kind of goals. I'm talking about laser-focused, crystal-clear targets. Because let me tell you, trying to achieve success without clear goals is like getting in your car and just driving. No destination in mind, no map, no GPS. You might end up somewhere eventually, but it probably ain't gonna be pretty. It's like trying to find Wi-Fi in the woods. You're moving, but you're not connecting. You gotta know where you're going. What's the point of all this hustle if you don't even know what you're hustling for? Think of it like this: your goals are your North Star. They guide you, keep you on track, and help you navigate the rough waters of life. Without them, you're just drifting, hoping for the best but likely ending up lost at sea. Here's the deal. People fail because they don't define what success actually looks like to them. They haven't taken the time to map out their own personal definition of success. Clarity is power. Clarity creates focus. And focus, my friends, is what separates the dreamers from the doers. So how do you get that laser focus? You set SMART goals. And no, I'm not talking about book smarts. I'm talking about goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Write those goals down, post them where you can see them every single day, and let them fuel your fire. Remember, success isn't an accident, it's a plan executed with precision. Let's talk about fear. That sneaky little voice in your head that whispers doubts and whispers what-ifs. Fear is a liar. It wants to keep you small, safe, and stuck in your comfort zone. But you know what's even scarier than failure? Regret. The regret of not trying, of letting fear call the shots, of wondering what if for the rest of your life. Fear paralyzes progress. It stops you dead in your tracks before you even take that first step. And you know what? Most people don't actually fail, they just never start. They let fear dictate their decisions, and that's the real tragedy. It's like putting on gym clothes just to eat chips and watch Netflix. You're dressed for success, but committed to the couch. You gotta get in the game, even if it means getting knocked down a few times. Here's the thing about failure, it's not the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone to it. Every single person you admire, every icon, every legend, they've all tasted failure, multiple times. The difference? They got back up. They learned from their mistakes, dusted themselves off, and came back stronger. Remember, failure is feedback, not a finish line. It's an opportunity to learn, grow, and come back even more unstoppable. So embrace the suck, learn from your setbacks, and keep moving forward. We've all been there. That deadline looming, that project piling up, that to-do list growing longer by the minute. Procrastination is the ultimate dream killer. It's like a thief in the night, stealing your time, your energy, and your potential. You know what I'm talking about, right? I was going to start this section tomorrow, but here we are. We tell ourselves we'll do it later, that we work better under pressure, but deep down we know it's just another excuse disguised as a reason. Procrastination is the silent killer of potential. It whispers sweet nothings in your ear, promising you more time, more flexibility, more, well, just more. But in reality, it's robbing you blind. Here's the truth. Waiting for the perfect time is a myth. There's never a perfect time to start chasing your dreams. There will always be obstacles, distractions, and reasons to put things off. But here's the secret. Start where you are, use what you have, and build as you go. You don't need fancy equipment, a team of experts, or $1 million in the bank to get started. You just need to start, today. Action beats intention every single time. So stop overthinking, stop waiting for a sign, and start doing. The world rewards action, not excuses. Chapter 4. Negative environment. You can't grow in toxic soil. Let's talk about your circle, the people you surround yourself with. You know the ones, the naysayers, the doubters, the energy vampires who suck the life out of your dreams. Here's the truth. You can't bloom in toxic soil. The people you surround yourself with matter, big time. If your friends think ambition is ordering 2 desserts instead of 1, It might be time for new friends. Because here's the thing, negativity is contagious, it spreads like wildfire, and if you're not careful, it can engulf your dreams and leave you feeling burnt out and defeated. Think of it like this. Your environment is like a garden. If you plant yourself in a garden full of weeds, thorns, and poisonous plants, do you think you'll thrive? Of course not. You'll be lucky to survive. Surround yourself with people who fuel your fire, not those who snuff it out. Find your tribe, the ones who challenge you, support you, and inspire you to be your best self. Remember, your mindset is your most valuable asset. Protect your mindset like it's gold, because it is. Chapter 5. Lack of discipline. Motivation is fleeting, discipline is forever. Let's talk about the difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation is like that first cup of coffee in the morning. It gets you going, gives you that initial boost, but by 3 p.m., you better have a backup plan. Motivation is like coffee. Great in the morning, but by 3 p.m., you better have a backup plan. Because motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the tide. Some days you're fired up and ready to conquer the world, and other days, you'd rather stay in bed with a bag of chips and binge-watch Netflix. Discipline, on the other hand, is the long game. Discipline is the commitment you make to yourself, even when you don't feel like it. It's about showing up day after day, even when the motivation fades and the going gets tough. So how do you build discipline? You create systems, you build habits, you make a plan and stick to it even when it's hard. Discipline isn't sexy, it's not always Instagram-worthy, but it's unstoppable. When you don't feel like it, do it anyway. That's the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Chapter 6. The Comparison Game. Stop playing, you'll never win. We live in a world obsessed with comparison. Social media is a highlight reel of perfectly curated lives, making it all too easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. But here's the thing. Comparing yourself to others is like comparing apples to iPhones. Completely different fruit. You can't compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. Especially when theirs is filtered with a ring light and a six-pack. You're comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You're comparing your bloopers to their finished product. It's a recipe for disaster. Because here's the truth. You are on your own unique journey. Your path to success will look different from everyone else's, and that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's what makes you, you. So stop comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. Focus on your own lane, run your own race, and celebrate your own victories. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Chapter 7. No resilience, bouncing back from the beatdown. Life's gonna throw you some curveballs. You're gonna get knocked down, you're gonna face setbacks, you're gonna wanna quit. That's just part of the game. The question is, do you get back up? Look, even your Wi-Fi sometimes needs a reset, so do you. Resilience isn't about being superhuman or never experiencing hardship. It's about choosing to rise above the challenges, to learn from the falls, and to come back stronger than ever before. Resilience isn't about pretending everything's fine. It's about acknowledging the struggle, feeling the emotions, and then choosing to keep going. It's about digging deep, finding that inner strength, and reminding yourself that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. Remember, setbacks are temporary. They are not a reflection of your worth or your ability to succeed. They are simply opportunities to learn, grow, and come back even more unstoppable. So the next time life knocks you down, take a deep breath, dust yourself off, and get back in the game. You got this. Chapter 8. No purpose or passion, find your why. Let's talk about the driving force behind your actions, your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What makes your heart beat a little faster and your soul ignite with purpose? Trying to succeed without passion is like trying to cook without heat. You're just wasting ingredients. You might have all the talent, all the resources, and all the opportunities in the world, but without passion, it's all for nothing. Passion fuels your drive. Passion fuels your persistence. Passion fuels your ability to overcome obstacles and achieve your dreams. When you're passionate about something, you're willing to put in the extra effort, the long hours, and the hard work required to succeed. Connect your goals to something meaningful. What impact do you want to make on the world? Who do you want to inspire? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Find your why and let it fuel your journey to success. The unstoppable you. Look, life's a journey, not a sprint. You're gonna face challenges, you're gonna stumble, you're gonna want to quit. But remember this, failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and come back stronger. You're not here to live small, you're here to rise. So stop waiting, start doing. And remember, every setback is just a setup for an even stronger comeback. If plan A fails, don't worry. There are 25 more letters in the alphabet. Now get out there and make it happen. If this video lit a spark in you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below telling us what's one reason you think people fail and how will you overcome it. Let's do this.